Yeah, 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 yeah. Whoa, yeah, yeah.
Hello, 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 and welcome, family. Thank y'all for joining me today on another episode of Chatting It Up with Mrs. B. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Well, I pray you are all doing well and that blessings are always pouring your way. Blessed up, blessings, blessings. So, y'all, how y'all doing? How was y'all week? What's been going on? Like, what y'all been up to? I hope everybody is doing well. I know we all got a lot going on in the world, all kind of stress and everything. So, hopefully everybody is taking it one day at a time because that's all you can do, honey. Okay. Now, let's see what we're going to talk about today. Okay, so I did forget some birthdays last week. Forgive me, y'all. Starting off the month of August, I want to give a birthday shout out to my little cousin, Duntrice. Love you dearly. Duntrice is, um, I don't know how many years younger than me. I think he like 27, 28. But I was in high school when he was born. And I used to pretend like he was my baby. Crazy, but yes. So, happy birthday to my cousin Duntrice. And then also I have a baby girl cousin, um, Brooklyn. Brooklyn's birthday was next. Happy birthday, Brooklyn. I hope you had a wonderful birthday. She's the same age as my baby. Or no, she's a year older than Ayla. But they right in there. You know what I mean? They're the same age range. You know what I'm saying? So happy birthday, Brooklyn. I hope you enjoyed it. And I think that's all that we have for birthdays. If I forgot anybody, I'm gonna get you next week. I promise. But I forgot. Anyway, so y'all, this week has been very interesting for me. Definitely, your girl been hustling, getting her hustle on, trying to make some extra coins here and there. Whatever I can do, little side jobs here and there to try to make some more extra money. One of the things though I noticed that I have not gotten back into is like I need to get back into doing hair. Okay. I used to do hair all the time and I have not done anybody's hair really in a long time. I do my family's hair, but they don't really count. I used to have me like a little rotation of clients, not too much, not doing anything too big, but I need to get back into that. I was kind of straying away from it, trying to do other things, but honey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And I need to get back on that hair bag, okay? And what else? What else? What else? Oh. So y'all gonna be proud of me because I'm proud of me, okay? Your girl has gone to the gym every single morning this week, Monday through Friday. Now I am going to not go on the weekends just to have me 2 break days. I kinda do wanna go on the weekends, but then I don't know. I don't wanna overdo it, but I am really enjoying going to the gym every morning. It's not that bad. I don't work super early in the morning, so that's one of the things that kinda helps me. I don't have to worry about, running late for work or anything like that. Drop baby girl off, head to the gym, spend an hour to 45 minutes. And one day I had to do 30 minutes. Actually, 2 days I had to do 30 minutes. So just depending on what other stuff I have to get done in the midst of trying to get ready for work. As I come home, shower, and, try to clean up a little bit from stuff I didn't clean up last night and then get ready to hop on and get to work. So, yeah, this week has been really good though. I've really been enjoying going to the gym, trying to start a new habit for me in my life because y'all, I'm going to live to 100 years old and I don't want to be 100 and not able to take care of myself. I don't want to be walking with a walker or a cane or even in a wheelchair. I want to be fully functioning as a 100-year-old and just able to take care of myself and thrive. And you know what I'm saying? My allergies are bothering me so bad. Like, ooh. Um, Anyway, so yeah, that's been really a big thing for me because, I've been wanting to go to the gym. I just haven't done it. So I'm happy to be able to get back out there. Um, and my hubby been taking my the oldest twin Trey to the gym. He is such a workout nut. He reminds me of his mom when I was his age. I love working out and he loves working out as well. And so he's been going to the gym with Chris in the evenings to get his workout on. And we just all been walking around the house sore like zombies. Only person that ain't going to the gym is Trent. Cause Trent like, honey, I ain't got time for that. Y'all buff up. I'm gonna buff up my brains. But yeah, same thing is gonna keep happening next week. I'm gonna go to the gym every day next week, and just this is my new lifestyle, y'all. Unless something terrible happens to me and I can't go, I'm gonna be in the gym 5 days a week. Okay. Anyway, the last thing I wanted to talk about was y'all. I made some very bomb egg rolls. Hubby made some pulled pork and honey. I was like, I love going to Sonny's barbecue and getting their pulled pork egg rolls. So I was like, we got to make them because whenever we have pulled pork, we're going to have it for a few days. And I like to try to do several things with it so it doesn't get kind of boring to eat the same food over and over. So I was like, the next day after we eat the sandwiches, I'm going to make some egg rolls. And when I tell y'all, them egg rolls was so freaking good. I think the egg roll wrapper was just perfect. Like, it fried so light and crispy. OMG, delicious. Out of this world good. Like, that is gonna be in rotation from now on, y'all. We probably gonna be eating pulled pork a lot more than we do now just because we love those, egg rolls, like, seriously. Y'all gotta try it. I did put it up on my social media, so if you follow me on social media, make sure you check out the video where I show you how to make those egg rolls, honey. Y'all will not be disappointed. Alright. So, I don't have any celebrity news this week, and that's really shocking. But what that means is I just haven't been taking no notes because I know some stuff happened this week. All right, let's see what's going on in celebrity news. Since I don't have anything prepared, I'm just gonna look up a few little stories and see y'all what we can talk about. But these celebrities, they still just doing their thing. Oh, let me see. I don't know if I talked about this last week or not. No, I did not. Okay. So, y'all, Sydney Starr, and we all know Sydney Starr is a famous transgender. Um, I don't know if you say man or woman, whatever. She went from man to woman, so I don't know the correct term. I guess transgender woman. I don't know, but she was actually caught in a room with an underage child, like, and she's being accused of sodomy and all of that. And I'm just like, Sydney Stone, what is going on? She has all these celebrity options that she could be with, and she over here messing with somebody kid. Like, it don't make no sense to me. I really don't understand. I be having so much content in my phone that never sees the light of day, and I gotta get better about putting this stuff out. Okay. Oh, I did not get much. All right, so let's see what is the update. Sydney Starr, um, she was on Love and Hip Hop New York and Baddies ATL. She was taken into custody on August 2nd at the Embassy Suites Hotel in Atlanta or near Atlanta in Hapeville, Georgia. She faces, a lot of charges, and one of them is sexual battery against a child under 16, like under 16, aggravated child molestation, and sodomy. She's currently held without bond at the Fulton County Jail. Um, but they're trying to say she poses no risk to the community. But honey, yes, you do. Everybody gotta hide their kids and their husbands. Okay, like what is going on, Sydney? How did you end up with this young child? I really would like to know this. And I am getting these stories off of Hollywood Unlocked. I don't want to get, plagiarized or nothing like that. But Sadie Starr is 35 years old with a child under 16. Like, I really don't understand how something like this can happen. And shame on you, Sydney Starr. Shame on you. And I hope that you get prosecuted to the fullest extent because you're too old to be messing around with somebody that young. And y'all can tell when people are kids. They might got a body like an adult, but you can tell when they open their damn mouth that they ain't no adult. Like, it does not make any sense. Um, let's see. Laura, Clarissa Shields, and Papoose and Remy are still in this triangle, honey. And I'm so sick and tired of hearing about them. You know, Clarissa's been going on this tour, supposed to be promoting her fight, but she's been promoting her relationship with Papoose. And I never realized how young I really didn't realize how young Clarissa was because she looks like she's a little older. No shade to her. I just never looked at her and was like, oh, she's young. But apparently she is a lot younger than Papoose and Remy. And so it really does explain her thought process. She does speak like someone who is very immature. So it makes sense because a woman that was older, I would hope, would not act in the way that she does. And not that she acts like a terrible person. It's just some of the things she says, it just sounds a little young and naive-ish. And so it makes sense for her to be a little younger to have those kind of ideas, if that makes sense. But yeah, I don't know. I wish them the best, honey. I don't know if anybody cares, but Diddy was released from solitary confinement. He was put there because he had to fight someone who was trying him in prison, honey. He had to put them hands on someone, which I'm glad that he actually putting his hands on a man because men who like to hit women definitely do not be liking to put their hands on a man. They just be wanting to do it to a woman. You can do this and that to a woman, but you'll let a man slide and all of that. But anyway, yeah, so he is getting out of solitary confinement if anybody cares, because I sure as hell don't. Let me see. Oh, so let's get on to these stories that I have. We're gonna talk about world news, y'all. So, Detroit police were searching for a 13-year-old boy who allegedly shot his father twice, took his dad's vehicle, and fled Tuesday afternoon. This happened, let me see, what was this? So, this just happened August 11th, which was Tuesday. He shot his dad because I believe he was disciplined about something and he did not agree with the discipline. So, he shot his dad. Let me see. Yeah, so he just pulled out a gun and shot him. The dad does have non-fatal injuries, and he was hospitalized, but he was driving a gray 2026 Rivian SUV. And honey, get this, he done took the family dog with him. Like, boy, is you crazy? This dog do not want to be on the ground with you. It said it gotta eat and pee and poop. It can't be in no car for hours on end. But anyway, I think they did find him. Oh yeah. So they did take him into custody. The dog was recovered and nobody was injured. I forgot. They did. They wrapped that up real quick. But what's wrong with these kids, honey? You literally 13 years old, and where did he get this damn gun? Like, why y'all giving y'all kids guns? Is y'all crazy? Next story I want to talk about is now this is a crazy story, y'all. So this couple pays this lady to be their surrogate mom. And during one of the office visits, the hospital, they figure out the baby has a rare heart defect and that, it was going to be born with some kind of, medical issue. So the biological parents of this unborn child, stated that they wish to have an abortion. They did not want to continue on with the pregnancy. Well, the surrogate mother, she was like, I didn't want to have an abortion. which that is a hard place to be in because what if she don't believe in abortion and y'all telling her to have an abortion and I know it's their baby and they don't want the baby because it's gonna have medical issues, but you really cannot force a woman to have an abortion. That's like so terrible. So I'm just kind of stuck in between the two on this. Like, while it is the birth parent's child, she is the carrier of the child, and I don't know, just morally, I can understand how she didn't wanna have an abortion, like, I don't blame her for that. But anyway, so the surrogate mom actually flees to Texas because they have a no abortion law, and she flees from, where was she at? Alaska. She was in Alaska, so she flees to Texas so that she can have the baby in peace, and so she gives birth to the baby. The baby boy made it here healthy, but now the, biological parents are fighting to get custody of their baby. So, the baby does need to have a series of surgeries. He's not out of the woodworks yet, but the surrogate wants to be the mom of the baby, and the parents want to have their baby. And the surrogate is like, "Look, they didn't even want this baby. Like, they wanted me to kill this baby because the baby was gonna be perfect, and I feel like the baby's life still has value, so I would like to keep the baby. If it was up to them, there would be no baby." But, and this is where I'm gonna also side with the parents. No matter what, because that's just like if a dad doesn't wanna have a baby and a mom has it anyway, it's still his baby. It doesn't make it any less his baby just because he didn't want the baby to be born. So, I'm curious as how this case is gonna turn out. Right now, the baby is in the custody of the state of Texas. Like, they have custody of the baby while they go to court to figure out how they're gonna resolve this issue. Like, I just pray for everybody involved. It is a very sad and strange story that, I don't know. It's just crazy, honey. I'm just gonna pray for everybody involved. Hopefully everybody is okay and that they able to work it out in some kind of way. I feel like though the surrogate mom is not gonna win. I really do because it's not her baby at the end of the day. Even though she saved the baby's life, maybe she can tell the kid one day, listen, you wouldn't be here if it wasn't for me. And that is in multiple ways. Like it wouldn't be here without her. So yeah. Um, let's see what else. Da, 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 da. All right, so y'all, recently we just had the busiest day on death row that we've seen in years. There's been 3 executions in one day. So there was an Oklahoma, Tennessee, and Alabama execution, all scheduled for Thursday, August 13th. Um, Let me see. So in Oklahoma, they executed Carlos Cuesta Rodriguez by lethal injection for the 2003 murder of his common law wife. And then Tennessee put Anthony Hines to death also by lethal injection for his 1985 murder of a mother of four. And then Alabama is planning to execute Jeremy Williams by lethal injection for the 2021 rape and murder of a 5-year-old girl. Disgusting, and he deserved it. I'm glad that they didn't waste time getting Jeremy Williams out of here. Like he did that in 2021. That's the quickest death row sentence that's been carried out. Because here old Anthony Hines been alive since 1985. Why he been alive so long? Like that is crazy. And then the guy Carlos, he didn't have too long, but he had too long. He had a full 20 years in prison for what? Like get them out of here, buddy. Okay? Get them out of here. But I'm glad that, the death row still exists because some people do need to be judged harshly. I'm sorry. And especially when you do things to kids, like you definitely need to be going ahead and taken care of immediately. So, oh, y'all, let me tell y'all this crazy story. So, In my hometown of Gainesville, Georgia, honey, a 29-year-old man literally broke down the wall from his apartment in the closet and went through the wall and then broke through the wall of the apartment next to him. Does that make sense? He went through the closet of his apartment, through the closet of his neighbor's apartment, and started attacking a 15-year-old girl. She was home with her younger siblings. Seems like she may have been babysitting them because no adults were there. But he, you know, started just beating on her for no reason. He grabbed her by her hair, punched her multiple times. She was able to fight him off a little bit and ran outside, and she was screaming for help. And a lot of neighbors called police to help her out. That's how they were able to get there. And they actually saw him assaulting her while he was there, when they arrived. You know what I mean? They did get to take him into custody, but what? Honey, what? This is crazy. Like, I've never in my life, and they actually have pictures online of how this wall looked when this man broke through this wall. Like, I just don't understand, like, what kind of drugs he was on. Apparently, he did not know this victim, which I do find that hard to believe that you would do all of this to go through somebody's apartment. You don't even know who on the other side, honey. He had to know. Maybe she didn't know him, but he definitely knew her, and he was looking at her, honey. He was figuring out what room she was in or something, because that is so crazy. Like, I just don't understand. Next story I wanted to talk about, though, and prayers up for that young lady. Like, oh my goodness, prayers up to you and your family. So there's a 14-year-old who was charged as an adult in a shooting at a Warner Robins high school. He was denied bond. Um, he shot a fellow student inside a bathroom in high school. Okay, so apparently they were arguing and then it broke out into a fight. And this fool done brought a gun to school. So they both was ninth grade students. Like, why do y'all have guns? Like, Lord have mercy. I pray for my kids. Like, I hope nobody brings any weapons to their school and hurts them. And nobody else kids deserve that either. But this is just so crazy. Apparently the bullet hit both of the victim's legs, and I don't understand that. He only shot him once, or did he shoot him twice? I'm confused. But luckily his injuries were not life threatening. He did the perpetrator ran from the school and was found nearby. Um, but it would just happened a week into the school year. School just started on August 4th, and he already done shot a kid at school. Like, and the school is closed right now because of the incident. And these poor kids, honey, they just traumatizing these kids left and right. These kids ain't gonna be worth nothing with all this PTSD. Cause I could imagine being in that situation and being like, wait a minute, what happened? Like, how did this escalate so quickly? So, an Arkansas trooper is being investigated for punching a teenager, y'all. So, this grown ass man is on his dashboard camera punching this girl because, she wouldn't comply with his commands. And I'm just sick of the brutal force. He slams her to the ground and then punches her. And she's like, why did you punch me? He was like, because I can, basically. Like, we're going to stop me from punching you. And I just think that is just, it's disgusting as a man. Men putting their hands on women are so disgusting to me. Like, you should be wanting to protect women at all costs. And men who think it's okay to to hit a woman, oh, she hit me, I'm gonna hit her back. You're weak. You're weak as fuck. I'm just gonna say you a weak ass, punk ass nigga. Like, and I don't even care if you ain't no nigga. I'm just saying you a weak ass punk ass nigga if you can't control yourself enough to not put your hands on a woman. And also on the blue face thing, like my mama raised me that you don't put your feet on nobody. Just like you don't spit on nobody, you don't put your feet on nobody. It's putting your feet on people is just as disrespectful as spitting on them. So I don't agree with it. I don't think that's horse-playing or none of that. Like, no. No, 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 no. Like, I don't know, but you know what I mean? People different. So, people gonna have their own ideas because the comments were split on it, but it just looks disgusting to me to watch a man kick a pregnant woman in a pool. And I don't want to hear about how gentle it was or none of that. You put your feet on the back of your pregnant girlfriend to push her in the pool. And a lot of men be thinking stuff okay, but I be wondering, would you be okay with somebody doing it to your daughter? I'm praying for everybody, honey. Prayers for that teenager who is going to always remember being assaulted by this white man for no reason at all. And then another sad story that we have. All right, so 29-year-old Tasia Fortune was found hanging from a tree in Jackson, Mississippi. It was apparently in her backyard, but they said that she was so high up that they had to get a ladder to get her down. So I'm really wondering, what was this self-inflicted? Because they couldn't figure out whether this was murder or a suicide. But if it was a suicide, how did she get up there? Like, you have to have a way to see that she got herself up there. And I don't believe it was a suicide. I believe it was a murder. And I believe that somebody is sending a message to Black people. Honestly, I really do. I think they're sending a message to us. And what they're letting us know is that we need to have a gun on us at all times so that we can use it to defend ourselves. And that's all I'm going to say. But yeah, that's really crazy. I just don't see I just don't see that coming off as suicide. I really don't. But okay, we're gonna see how this play out because we definitely don't have to follow this. All right. And then the last story I'm gonna talk about is your President Trump. He is cutting down a number of vaccines for kids that are needed. And I don't know if I'm for this or against this because uh, I don't really know what vaccines he's planning on cutting. That's the part of the problem is, what is he trying to cut? Is he trying to cut stuff that is needed, or is he cutting things that are not necessary? So, he's been trying to bark up a lot of trees and he's been getting knocked down on a lot of the things that he's been trying to do. So, I'm curious to see if any of this will even play out and become anything at all. But anyway, y'all, I am going to go ahead and wrap this episode on up. You done got a full 30 minutes out of me, even though I'm gonna have to chop this down a little bit. So it ain't gonna be no full 30 minutes. But you know what I'm saying. You almost got a full 30 minutes out of me. And I do appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in to yet another episode of Chatting It Up with Mrs. B. I love you all. Thank you so much for my listeners that I have. You are greatly appreciated. I'm wishing you all a wonderful day. And remember, be smart, be kind, be beautiful, and be blessed. Bye, y'all.
Switch the mood. Fuck around and make the news. And the party starts at 2.